Ooh. This is strong. Wow. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I am Gids, and today I'm doing a video which is all about vanilla. Now, I'm really excited to be doing this video because I've really grown to love the note of vanilla in fragrance and just the note of vanilla in general. I have always liked vanilla, but I always found it hard to find vanillas that I liked and resonated with, because in a perfumery and a lot of fragrances, I find that some vanillas just smell either very overly sweet or syrupy, or that kind of very synthetic, chemically type of vanilla, which is really artificial smelling. Anyway, I have some good vanillas on this list. Plus, I'm going to be doing a first impressions. I have a sample of Babycat from YSL Yves Saint Laurent. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to talk about my personal favorite vanillas and some that I would recommend. So first of all, let's sample Babycat. This was kindly sent to me by the wonderful From Abby with Love, my friend, my good sis. Thank you so much for sending this to me. Appreciate you. And that's a nice chunky sample of this. A quick story, I went to Selfridges to try this fragrance last year because a lot of talk was happening with Babycat last year, right? People still talk about Babycat. And it wasn't even in stock. There was no samples in Selfridges. There wasn't even a tester bottle. So it made me quite curious to smell Babycat. Anyway, let me do two things: spray on card, and then I'm gonna spray on skin, and I'm gonna describe the type of scent I'm getting and let you guys know if I like what I'm smelling. And on skin. Ooh. This is strong. Woo. Excuse me. Wow. That is strong. That's strong. Sorry, it went straight up my nose. This is spicy. Ooh. Wow, this is spicy. First of all, I'm getting a lot of incense. Wow. I think I sprayed a lot of, wow. This is strong. This is very, very strong. This is a very bold, rich fragrance. Now I know this is a very vanilla forward scent. It's very vanilla prominent. That's kind of the way it's described. And it's lovely. It's very spicy. I'm getting a lot of incense in this fragrance. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. It's a very spicy. This is more of a, more of a traditionally, maybe more masculine type of vanilla, I'd say, straight off the cuff. I know it's unisex, any fragrances, of course. But I think for a long time, vanilla was seen as a very feminine note in perfume, and it was almost like, what man wants to smell like vanilla? But I think this one, it's really perfectly straight down the line. Again, like I said, fragrance don't have gender, wear what you like. But this does lean and smell a little bit more of a traditionally masculine type of vanilla. Very spicy, very rich. This is a very rich vanilla. I mean, it's not as sweet as I was expecting, but it's interesting. It's a very interesting fragrance. This will definitely make an impression. It made an impression on me, that's for sure. This will definitely make an impression when you wear a fragrance like this. This is strong, very interesting. Yeah, it's very spicy. It's quite dry as well. It smells a little earthy as well, a little bit woody, sort of dry, and has this kind of it's very woody. It's now getting really, really woody, like quite oaky, like as if it's like some wet, dry, oaky kind of woods in the fragrance. It's nice. It's very complex, very, very complex. This smells very, very elevated and very expensive. I know this is expensive, but yeah, wow, this is what a lot of people are wearing. I'm gonna keep playing with this, but so far this is a spicy, rich, bold vanilla. If you wear this as your everyday fragrance, wow, I'm pretty impressed. That is interesting, very strong, but nice fragrance. Okay, so I'm gonna break these vanillas into 4 categories. I'm gonna talk about the ones that I love within those 4 categories. 4 categories are sweet vanillas, spicy vanillas, woody, dry vanillas, and then more green types of vanilla. So there is vanilla for everyone. If you're a vanilla lover and you're thinking, I love vanilla, but I've never found one that I particularly like, maybe I might suggest a vanilla that you could try that you might potentially like. Okay, so the first category of vanillas I'm going to talk about is, it's the obvious when you think of vanilla. You think of very sweet vanillas, very kind of sweet, syrupy, you know, those very kind of sweet scented vanillas. Now I have my list here to remind me of what I'm going to be talking about. The first one I'm going to be talking about is Vanilla Diorama from Dior. Now I don't own this vanilla. It came out a few years ago. It's based around a dessert that Christian Dior used to eat and enjoy. So it's more of a gourmand, very sweet, syrupy vanilla. It's got vanilla in it, it's got some cacao, but it's also got like a soft sort of citrus in the opening as well. So it's a very interesting, wearable, syrupy, sweet vanilla. And I mean, I like it for what it is, but I have enough vanilla in my collection. But if you like that kind of vanilla, definitely check it out. One that I am obsessed with, guys. Now, this is one of the best vanillas I've ever tried. I've tried it 3 times now. It's from the Guerlain Extrait collection. I don't know if you've tried that collection from Guerlain. It's like the Matiere collection, but this is the extrait versions of the fragrances, right? The Vanilla Plantifolia 21. Now, this fragrance is so luxurious and decadent. It smells really expensive, it's rich, and it's this type of vanilla that's soaked in alcohol for 21 days. It's soaked. So it gets this very rich, textured, ambery, luxurious vanilla aroma around it. It's like wrapped around it, which is so intoxicating. And if you've not tried it, you need to try it. The only thing is the price of this vanilla is insane. I think it's just under 500 pounds. 500 pounds. I have to laugh. It's a 50 ml. It's a 30% concentration. Another one from Guerlain. Now I do have to mention Guerlain because I feel like Guerlain, when it comes to vanilla, know what they're doing. It's Spirituese double Vanille. Just because I know some people are very particular about how it's pronounced. This is like a Madagascan vanilla with a touch of rum, amber, cedar. So it's boozy, it's soft. The longevity on this one is not the best, but it's a very soft, sweet, cocooning vanilla. Very nice, very decadent, but it's a soft one. It might be an unpopular thing to say, but I do think it's slightly overpriced for what it is. It's in the Matiere L'Art collection of Guerlain, but it's nice. It's a very, very nice vanilla. The next one, which a lot of people like, I do too, is from Van Cleef and Arpels. It's Orchidée Vanille. And this is like a sweet, warm, cozy vanilla. It's soft, it's elegant, it's sort of more of an everyday wearable vanilla. It's not too strong. It's got some florals, a little bit of almond and chocolate. It's loved by a lot of people and it's really beautiful. Moderate projection and longevity, but it's very nice for what it is. Very, very nice. Another sweet vanilla which I happen to own is this one. This is from the Merchant of Venice. This is Andalusian Soul, which is one of my favorite fragrances, and the bottle is gorgeous. This is a ambery sweet vanilla with some rum, some acacia in it as well. And I think there's some incense in the fragrance, but it's just so sweet and boozy and syrupy. It's so classy. I love this fragrance, and I love the Merchant of Venice. I wish more people spoke about their fragrances because they make really good fragrances. But it's just very sweet. It's intoxicating with a little bit of spice, and it's got rum. Beautiful vanilla, absolutely beautiful. Another sweet vanilla that's a crowd pleaser I want to talk about today is Kayali's Vanilla 28. I have, look at the dent in that. I didn't think when I bought this, guys, that I was gonna wear this nearly as much as I do, but I've got to be honest, I love this, I really do. I love layering it. I think it's such a good one to layer. I layer it with my terrific Oud Extreme, and the two of them are perfection, and I can smell it all day. I don't know how that works, but it's a great layering combination. I need to do a layering video very soon. I will do that. But this is so lovely, really nice. It smells like cooking vanilla essence. You know, imagine you're making a cake and you add a bit of vanilla essence to it. This is, to me, what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the days when I was a kid and my mum would make cakes and she'd put a bit of vanilla essence in it from the little, you know, those little vanilla essence tubs. That's what it reminds me, but this is a nice vanilla and it's affordable as well. So Black Tie from Celine. Now this is a very mature, sophisticated, luxurious and addictive vanilla. Very sophisticated and very, very classy as well. It's a bit powdery, a bit musky in the dry down. You've got some orris, which gives it nice. It gives it a nice sort of creamy, buttery facet to the fragrance, which is really intoxicating as well. Spicy. Now let's talk about spicy fragrances. As I mentioned, first one I'd add is Babycat. Babycat is nice. It's getting nicer actually. This is quite interesting. The next one, which I love, is from Arabian Oud, Kelemat Black. This is a very vanilla forward. I'd say this is more of a vanilla forward oud fragrance. It is predominantly more vanilla than oud in my opinion. The oud is there in the background, so it gives it a bit of a smokiness, but this vanilla, this sweet smoky vanilla is intoxicating. One of the best fragrances in my collection when it comes to sweet and smoky. This is sexy, so sexy. It's a bit ambery as well, but the vanilla and the oud in this is top notch, exquisite, beautiful. Arabian Oud, Kelemat Black. One of the best vanillas I've ever smelled in my life. Eau Duelle, gorgeous fragrance, absolutely beautiful. This is a spicy vanilla, but slightly sweet and warm and addictive. It's got a bit of incense in it, but nothing in the fragrance is too dark. It's not overly spicy. It's still got like a bit of brightness in it. It's still got a bit of freshness in it. It's a very classy and versatile vanilla, which I love. I'm obsessed. And sometimes I wear this to bed because I just want to smell it. It's so addictive. I love it. Next one I want to talk about is Lune Feline from Atelier Dior. Now, I've tried this a few times because quite a few of my friends own this fragrance and they love it. It's a very spicy fragrance. It's got like cardamom in this, I believe. It's rich. It's got like a very nice warm vanilla in the fragrance with the cinnamon and cardamom. It's very rich, warm, woody, very dense, very long lasting. And if you want one that's even more intense, try the extrait of this fragrance. It's like Atelier Dior's Lune Feline, but on steroids. It's so strong. It's so strong. For me, I would like a bit more sweetness in the fragrance, but Lune Feline is a very interesting vanilla. Again, it just goes to show how all different types of vanillas can smell. It's really nice. Definitely get your nose on that one if you're looking for something a bit more spicy and interesting and wearable. Now, another vanilla fragrance which is really affordable, and I noticed that on this list I have quite a lot of very pricey vanillas, is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Now, this fragrance from Mercedes, it's a very affordable fragrance, first of all, which is great. So if you want something vanilla forward and you don't want to break the bank, this might be one which you could get into and appreciate. But this is a sweet, dark and smoky vanilla. I know a lot of guys wear this one, but to me it's completely unisex. I've tried it a few times. I've sampled. It smells very nice. And if you want something that's affordable, Mercedes-Benz Black Club, it's nice. It does what it needs to do. Now let's get in the dry earthy category. So for the dry earthy category, I put the following fragrances in this list. The first one is Vanilla Powder. Now from Matiere, I really like what Matiere are doing. I think they do really interesting fragrances. They really have very, very high quality fragrances, great fragrance perfumery, really interesting perfumers as well that work with this brand. So Vanilla Powder is a more earthy take on vanilla in my opinion. It's a bit dry, it's got coconut in the fragrance, it's a slightly musky, powdery vanilla, and has really, really good performance. I think the whole Matiere collection, generally, their fragrances do last a long time. So check this one out. It's got this nice coconut, fresh accord in it, so it's more of a dry, warm, interesting take on vanilla. Really interesting fragrance, and I think that came out last year, so check it out. One of my favorites, and I've gone back and forth about buying this one. I mean, I've got too many fragrances right now, but from when this was launched, I think this came out in 2020 or 2021, I remember when it was first launched, is from Jo Malone. It is Vetiver and Golden Vanilla. Oh my goodness. This vanilla here is exquisite. It's like this bourbon vanilla, not overly sweet, very elegant, wrapped around some vetiver. And there's cardamom in it as well. So lots of depth, it's really rich, very classy again, and slightly dry, earthy, and that vetiver just gives it a little bit of something interesting, which again makes it really unique. And it's so good. It's so good. Like, I've gone back and forth, should I buy it, should I treat myself to it? But I'm being really good. I have to finish way more fragrances, but eventually I would like to definitely get a bottle of that fragrance, Vetiver and Golden Vanilla from Jo Malone, because it's lovely. Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford, the private line. A classic, an absolute classic of a fragrance. And this vanilla with this tobacco leaf wrapped around it with some cardamom and cacao is exquisite, really exquisite. It's so good. It just has this, it's weird because it's still fresh, even though it has these very sort of thick, dense notes in the fragrance. It must be the way that the tobacco leaf is layered with the vanilla that just makes it still quite uplifting to wear. It's sexy, it's mysterious, it's a little bit alluring. It's just a lovely vanilla fragrance, really interesting. And when I've worn this, people have said, oh, what are you wearing? It smells really different. What is that? And I've said, oh, it's a Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. And the minute you say it's Tom Ford, people go, ooh, Tom Ford. So Tom Ford has a really good reputation when it comes to his fragrances amongst the general population of people. This is a classic. And if you're a vanilla lover and you like these kind of slightly darker, woodier, sweeter, smoky vanillas, this is a really good one to have in your collection, Tobacco Vanille, and an absolute classic as well. Bosca Vanilla Forte from the Aqua Olegoria line from Guerlain. Now this vanilla here is beautiful. It's a very everyday, very wearable, very bright, effervescent type of vanilla. If you want more of a fresh vanilla that you can wear when it's warmer, even all year round, this is perfect. It's one of my favorite vanillas. It's very wearable, as I said. It's slightly dry with the driftwood, slightly salty. It's got a marine slight quality about it, but it's still a bit sweet and has this nice, warm vanilla accord running through the fragrance. Really lovely, very wearable. And yeah, again, this is one that at some point in the future I would love to own. Now we move on to green vanillas, because I have a few that I want to talk about. So from the brand Chloe, we have a fragrance called Vanilla Plantifolia. We have another Vanilla Plantifolia, but this is from Chloe. This is a very fresh, light take on vanilla again, in a similar fashion to Vanilla Bosca Forte from Guerlain. This is the same, but it's a little bit more green. It still is very bright and very light and very fresh. It's beautiful. I wore it on the way back from Spain. I tested this out at the airport and I spritzed a little bit on, and the whole journey back to London, I kept smelling myself because I smelled lovely. And that was in a very warm temperature as well. So it was nice to test it out in a warm climate, but it's still very delicate, with these lovely florals. It smells to me very angelic and beautiful. This is from Nishane. This is Annie. You can see my dent. I love this fragrance. This is a zingy, gingery vanilla fragrance. Powerful vanilla, powerful. One of my most complimented as well. One of my most complimented. Whenever I've worn this, it leads into conversations. Not just what are you wearing, but who made it? Where did you get it from? How much is it? Oh my God, it's amazing. You've got such great taste. How did you find the fragrance? Like, I've had conversations with people about this fragrance, and I think it's the way the ginger plays with the vanilla. It's very, it gives it bite and power. Spray with caution, because I have sprayed too much of this in the past and I've almost choked myself out. It's very strong. I think I did about 8 to 10 sprays of that and I was like, what have I done? I just went a bit crazy, and then after a while I was like, ooh, this is really strong. It's strong, but it dries down beautifully. It smells very luxurious, and it's definitely, it's a crowd pleaser, I think so, but it's very strong, so spray with caution. It's one of my favorite vanillas in my personal opinion and in my collection. And the last vanilla I wanted to talk about is called Wild Vanilla Orchid from Floral Street. Now, this is a very light, fresh, clean vanilla, nicely balanced with some amber, bamboo, jasmine, and sandalwood. It's very, very wearable, very sort of everyday, easy, very effortless, not too sweet, and slightly floral and green. It's lovely, and I find it's very unique with that bamboo note in the fragrance as well. It gives it a touch of greenness and just makes it very interesting, but light and wearable at the same time. So that wraps up the list of the vanilla fragrances I wanted to talk about today. Tell me, what are your personal favorite vanilla fragrances? Please share some with me. I'm always open to sampling new vanilla fragrances. And yeah, I love vanilla. I think it's great. I love how it's used in fragrances and how it's evolved over the years. And you can, there's a vanilla out there for everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, if you are interested in leaving me a question for my upcoming Q&A video, please do leave that down below because I'll be doing that very soon. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Take care, guys.